Hey people, you're back with Bunky. Everything in Platinum's overpowered, so we're going to nerf everything. Now in this gameplay, it's me, Bwnci, Myth and Explicit Reality, and we're going to just do some incredible damage, guys. Absolutely phenomenal damage. Okay, Myth's going right down there, he's getting the biotic sphere, because what we're going to be doing now is just throwing out and mixing up a ton of debuffing powers, and magic's going to happen like this. Ta-da! Everything's gone. You can just completely savage a Platinum game with a team makeup like this, okay? And you know, if you can take out Platinum this quickly, you know you haven't got an issue anywhere else, okay? There's just no issue whatsoever. I'll tell you exactly what we got going on now. I'll break it down for you, okay? Because I'm here with the drell infiltrator. So I got myself recon mine. And basically I'm sticking recon mine out, and that's going to be debuffing everything in it with the invasive scan evolution, okay, by 25%. And that works over a 12-meter radius. Okay, so I've got a huge radius. I mean, the explosion radius isn't that big, but It's not the explosion's really not going to be what I'm putting it out for. Okay, guys, it's that massive debuff over that huge area. But now, remember, you're only ever going to need one of those on the field, okay? Because that 25% debuff does not stack with other recon mines, okay? A second recon mine will actually remove the first debuff and activate its own effect. At the very best, you could chain a set of powerful recon mine explosions as one debuffs while the other one, while the original sort of detonates. That's something you could do. Or, you know, if you can see the matrix, you could set them just outside of each other's radius and have a 25% debuff set over 24 meters. But we're doing something much cooler than that, okay? We're going to be mixing up the powers so the debuffs do stack. See, as well as recon mine, I have homing grenades, okay? Homing grenades, with the armor damage evolution, decreases weapon damage mitigation of armored targets by 50% for 8 seconds. What that means is that armored enemies are only going to be ignoring 25 damage points per shot instead of the usual 50 that they do on Platinum and Gold. So, you know, we essentially we're increasing our weapon damage to armored targets by 50%, if you really want it made that simple and crystal clear to you guys. But it gets better, okay, because then there's Dom, okay, he's the one playing the Geth Infiltrator. Geth Infiltrator is rocking proximity mines for 1/3 of why he is so ridiculously powerful, okay? The damage taken evolution in that increases damage from all sources, not just weapon damage, by 20% for 8 seconds, okay? This alternative power does stack with recon mine, okay? So now enemies are debuffed by 45% when we got those both out on the enemy, okay, and armor targets are then taking 50% additional weapon damage on top of that 45% debuff. Of course, we could have just gone like a Geth Infiltrator party. See, unlike recon mine, proximity mine's debuff will stack when it's fired from different players. If one player just keeps hitting one enemy with proximity mine, there's only ever going to be a 120% damage increase. But if you've got 4 Geth firing out 4 different proximity mines, okay, they're gonna stack together, and your target's gonna be death by about 80%. Yeah. So yeah, an all Geth Infiltrator party is one to be feared, but that's just generally how most of the debuffing powers work, okay? I think it's only recon mine, tactical scan, and biotic sphere, I believe, that replace the effect of the former, okay? So, you know, what I could have done is brought along a Volus engineer for the recon mine, and then we would have had another proxy mine for another 20% debuff on top of the Geth Infiltrators. You know, in fact, I did originally do that for this video, and we did really well. However, I wanted to cover like a larger variety of debuffing powers for this video. I thought it'd be more entertaining that way. And, you know, also the best way to show off how soft the enemy is right now is with real supporting damage. I mean, I can do some lovely damage with my Volus engineer. I hope you've checked out that video guide, but I'm going to do so much more with an infiltrator because of the tactical cloak damage increase. Okay, so an incredible buff to any infiltrator character. They are all overpowered. But on that point I made earlier, okay, let's talk about Biotic Sphere. Myth's got it because he's playing the Justicar, okay, so we've got Biotic Sphere out there. Now, it may not stack with other Biotic Sphere, but it does with everything else, I believe, okay? So what we got out here is a fully offensive spec of the power, which is what I recommend. That's going to increase damage from all sources by 15% and reduce armor by another 25% in just under 4 meters, okay? I think it's like 3.9 meters you get with that spec. Because you want it's all lower evolutions, okay, guys. It's all the B evolutions. You want radius, enemy weakness, and the warp effect. I think that's what the evolutions are off the top of my head. See, now it also does 50 damage per second, which is nice. It's a little extra more damage out there, but it also grants a 20% damage reduction as standard. Okay, so while we're in it, we're tougher and we're churning out a ton of damage to the enemy, and it is a ton by this point, guys. Okay, because remember, this is all stacking up. We now have the enemy debuff by 60%, and armor targets are taking 75% more weapon damage. We've got Platinum on the ropes now, guys, but we're going to take it by the balls, alright? Because Explicit's here, finally, then he's playing with the Alliance Infiltration unit, and Explicit's got Snap Freeze. With the Cryo Explosion and Damage Weakness evolutions, okay, you can increase the damage you do by another 10% and weaken armor by 25%. So, and both damage bonuses and armor weakening stack from different players, like Proximity Mine, but you get the armor weakening stacks too, guys, which is really cool. You can go with 4 snap freezes if you like. But right now, what we got here, we have the enemy's debuff by a whopping 70%, and armor is taking 100% more weapon damage. There is no armor in this game. Everything is going down 70% faster. That's why stuff is disappearing in front of your eyes, guys. This is what we're doing in this team. Now, what happens if we shoot the enemy in the head and score that headshot multiplier? Just to top everything off. Surprisingly, not what you might expect, actually. Okay, all those Banshees are after me. We must be pissing them off in this game. We've completely shifted the balance. But no, it's not what you expect, guys, actually. See, these weapon damage bonuses from the debuffs are actually treated as headshot bonuses in the game's math, okay? So instead of multiplying that 70% increase by 2.5 or 1.4 on the bosses for some truly insane damage numbers, and they would be truly insane, okay? That would be massive damage if you multiplied that 70% increase by 2.5. Now, what you actually do is you add the 70% to the 2.5 for a sort of total weapon damage bonus. But, you know, that is not to be snuffed at, guys, okay? I mean, look how quick everything is dropping. Right now we got targets, we're going to just start nuking them, and this thing is going to quickly turn into a speed run. Okay, we're going to get a wicked time on this just because... Well, we're able to just bombard the enemy and take them out so quick that we've just got a ton of consumables left and on the go, guys. So we just thought, yeah, I'm going to take out this spawn, you take out that spawn, and we'll just blitz through it, and we're going to do some incredible damage this game. I hope you've seen it. I mean, I've been dropping you the facts, and I've probably missed a lot of some great gameplay, guys. But you know, you can just go ahead and watch while you're listening to me, because those are just the numbers behind this game, guys. Debuffing all the things, nerfing all the things. Yeah, incredible damage. So now we got literally, I'm taking down this spawn, we got Explicit taking on another spawn. It's just the kill streak trophies are rolling in, and then anything that survives is not going to survive for long. Okay, look at this, absolutely incredible damage. Yeah, you assemble, you spot some players in a lobby, and they go ahead and they're rocking some nice debuffing powers. You've seen some snap freezes, some proxy mines out there. You can go ahead and join the party, guys, because together you will take stuff out real quick. I mean, look at that. Look at the damage. I'm using a talon, okay? It's like, the talon's great. I absolutely love the talon, like my second favourite weapon in the game. But on Platinum, it really isn't super, because its big damage bonuses are in shields and barriers, and Platinum is just swimming in armor. Okay, there's just a ton of armor in it. So the Talon really isn't like the greatest choice for a platinum game, but you wouldn't know it looking at this gameplay, because I can just do a ton of damage with my drell infiltrator's Talon. Okay, just because everything is so soft right now. There's like those armored targets might as well just be running around with red health bars. Okay, because we have completely destroyed armor in this game. Okay, there is no armor left thanks to snap freeze, the homing grenades, and the biotic sphere, which Myth cleverly runs down and gets set up in the spawn. So you know, if we all just went down there, the enemy is soft to start, and obviously Myth doesn't have to worry about running headfirst into danger. Then he doesn't. But the thing is, if you've watched my Sorry Just a Card video, it's quite easy to make your approach. It's like you just play it smart. The biotic sphere goes through walls and stuff. Sorry, we're going to lose explicit now. But no, the biotic sphere does go through walls, so you can just work soft cover, get close but safe, and then pop up your biotic sphere. And that's how you can sort of frontline and get that debuff going for your whole team. But, you know, this is Glacier. It's a nice small map, so Myth is able to get down into the spawn point and out before the next wave starts. So it's just a really good strategy we got for Glacier. Now, something I didn't mention at the start is that I did go ahead and actually pick Glacier and Reapers for this gameplay. It's another sob story, I'm afraid, guys, and there's me going down because my character brought out rockets instead of using an ops pack. But no, another sob story, unfortunately, guys. We went unknown platinum as usual, and we actually got this game, but then it just fell apart. It absolutely fell apart, and Marauder's not playing around. It fell apart because Explicit, actually, his internet cut out, so we lost Explicit, and then literally, like, seconds afterwards, my Xbox froze just to absolutely concrete the fact that we will not be getting this awesome Glacier game. And I thought, no, screw it, we'll start it up again. Because we got to make, there's a huge advantage of rocking, like, sort of still powers. I mean, with things like proximity, man, you can just launch at the enemy's face, and homing grenade I can send at the enemy. But when I put in at the recon mine and the biotic sphere, obviously they got to be placed, and we got to hope that the enemy sort of waltz into it. On enclosed maps like this, it really isn't an issue. Okay, yeah, it's all such tight knit corners and stuff. The enemy are bound to strut into our biotic sphere and recon mines, and we're going to get everything debuffed. That's not to say that you can't go ahead and do this exact same makeup on those big, huge open maps. It's just not going to be as smooth. And that's the simple matter of it. This is literally like the best thing you can hope for when you're using these kind of powers. It's like closed maps like this and Goddess and stuff. So yeah, I'm sorry, as far as we were concerned, it was a calling of nature. I mean, I really do strive to bring you unknown platinum games, just to show I can really drive the point home that these teams work in any situation. Okay, you don't need a special set of circumstances. If you've got a group of friends and you're all picking the right combinations, you can take on any enemy on any map. But I think it's like this is definitely the best way I can. This is how I can show you just how incredibly effective this team makeup is on a map like this against an enemy like this, because the Reapers, big clunky bastards, they always get themselves trapped in the radius of some power. They absolutely do. So yeah, it was too good to put away. You had to just get it up and going again. In fact, the slowest wave might actually be this wave 9, and it's not because it's wave 9, and it's because there's a lot of husks actually, and these little enemies that really don't need a lot of debuffing. Okay, so it's like a lot of our powers are kind of going to waste on these little enemies. But you know, those when you've got all those big hulking targets that normally take quite some time to whittle down, it's just not the case. It's just not the case. And Dom's just going to stomp out the last husk just to cement that. All right then, and there we go. We got targets for the last one, so we are going to just blitz these guys again. Guy's going to call them out. Explicit's got the one at the bottom. Dom's got the one at the back. I think Dom's going to have the next one as well. And I think I might take out the last one. And that's targets. Okay, that's the targets done. Now we're just going to go clean them up. In fact, I am going to clean them up. No one likes primes. So you eat that, Prime. The rest, the rest are going to take out with this incredible debuffing team. Okay. In fact, we were just so strong in this game that we did just sort of split up a bit and went a bit rogue. Trust me, guys, it's when you get together and you pile on all those debuffing effects. Enemies die. Enemies die quick. Now I'm going to take a preemptive apology here. I'm watching the playback now, and it's starting to jump and skip a bit. I'm hoping I don't get another one of those Geff Spitfire issues where the game just starts fast forwarding for like ages. That'll be a pain because it's a wicked gameplay, and I'm sorry, I'm going to upload it whatever happens. We're going to jump into extraction now, but I want to bring attention to bad team play mechanics, because there goes explicit. Okay, just randomly nuking spawns for points on extraction wave. Okay, we're going to need that rocket later, and this is one of the very reasons why you just don't want to be doing that shit. Okay, you absolutely don't want to be doing that shit, because I don't. It's almost like we pissed the game off at this point, because the enemy was savage in this extraction, absolutely savage. They really did fight back at full strength in this last little wave here, and it's going to get a bit hot and heavy on extraction, and unfortunately it's going to be hard because we can't just clear them out, okay, and get ourselves some breathing room, because no one's got more consumables now, because we did just sort of we did just clear out those long waves with a couple of missiles, and we had targets twice, and we just decided to rinse the targets and just jump straight into the action. And here we are now. We've already been forced onto LZ. Okay, we got enemies coming, just a ton of enemies up top. We got a ton of enemies coming from the bottom. There's like nowhere to go but fight here, really, and we're surrounded. We could really use a rocket right now, and the only person who had a spare rocket was Explicit, but he decided to use it for points. So yeah, naughty boy. I'm always telling my friends to not do this shit. Okay, this is what you really want to avoid doing, especially when you're really going for a team. Okay, I mean, I'm never going to recommend that you just try and get those points. I mean, they're not even good points. Okay, just spawn nuking. But look at this. We're dropping over here. This is getting kind of ugly. I think it's me. I think we're going to lose Dom, unfortunately, because Dom's just not going to. He's the Geff, and the Geff and the drell. We struggle to keep up. Okay. Because he's got no health and I got no shields. But other than that, okay, other than a really like hot extraction, that was just an incredible game of raw power. Okay, guys, because you can just soften the enemy up. You can just reduce them to like an amoeba and step on them. Okay, that's the gameplay. Hope you enjoyed it. I will catch you in the next video. First place guy will be revered, and he will be a legend, and everyone will love him. No one will talk about the second place guy. Nobody cares about second place.